Hey guys, how you doing? It's Danny with Invest Digital Assets, coming at you with another video. Today I want to do a little bit special. I want to talk about top 10 cryptocurrencies plus one honorable mention. Here with my dog, taking her for a walk. Yeah. Alright, make sure you stay till the end of the video because I believe you guys are going to like this list, and let me know if you agree with it, if you don't, and why. But yeah, let's start with the list. Number 1, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king. I don't have to, talk too much about it. It's the first peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Not cash system, digital money, sorry, forgive me. So Bitcoin is going to be there. It's going to be the world reserved currency. It really is just a matter of time, guys, until that happens. That's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is at number 1. We'll keep it short. I don't have to give too much info on Bitcoin. Everybody knows if you're in crypto. Number 2, Ethereum. So before I go to the other coins, and I just want to mention why I'm choosing these specific coins. The reason why is because I'm looking for adoption, I'm looking for utility, and I'm looking for devs constantly cooking something. And the projects that I'm going to mention fit all these categories, right? So Ethereum, number 2. Why Ethereum? The first decentralized applications, right? Smart contracts can build all of that. It's the most widely used centralized application. So Ethereum has to be number 2. Lots of being cooked on that blockchain. Alright, moving on to number 3. Going for BNB or Binance. Why Binance? Well, being the biggest centralized exchange out there. Also, they released, in a way, kind of something similar to Ethereum. They do have smart contracts. A lot of stuff is being built on the BNB chain or the Binance Smart Chain, whatever you want to call it. Right? So there's always constantly updates going on. Dev is always cooking stuff. They have smart contracts. They're always growing. More and more projects are being built on that chain. So again, more adoption, more users joining in. So the network is growing, right? So number 1, Bitcoin. Number 2, ETH. Oh, hold on. Where's my dog? Hey! Snidesy. I don't know. My dog decided to go to grassland over there. But yeah, number 1, Bitcoin. Number 2, ETH. Number 3, BNB. Number 4, Solana. Why Solana? Well, Solana, being one of the fastest chains out there, and it's also rather scalable and reliable. Solana has to be up there, right? The amount of stuff is being cooked on Solana chain is unbelievable. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about meme coins, but you guys know that meme coins have printed billions, specifically on Solana chain. It's quite unreal, so Solana definitely has to be up there, right? So that was Solana, number 4. Number 5, and I think people are going to be surprised about that, but I'm going to go for Tron, TRX. Now, why Tron? So Tron was founded by Justin Sun, as you guys know. He's one of the biggest crypto advocates out there, other than CZ, Binance, of course. He's one of the big people. It seems like Tron has consistently growing in slower paces, but it's consistently growing. I remember seeing XRP at less than 3 cents. Now it's around 33 cents. So, they're moving up. More stuff is being built on the Tron chain. Again, there is more liquidity available in Tron chain. They do have smart contracts, just like BNB, Solana, ETH, right? So that was number 5, Tron, TRX. Now, number 6. So you guys kind of notice that the first 5 coins were actually layer 1 blockchains, right? And there is a reason why I'm talking about layer 1, because everything is essentially being built on layer 1 blockchain. But then again, Going to number 6, and this is a good one. I'm going to talk about decentralized exchange, or DEX for short. I'm going to go with Uniswap. Well, why Uniswap? What makes it a coin that should be in the top 10? Well, if you're all about decentralization in crypto, then you know that if you don't want to go through all the hassle of KYC through a centralized exchange, what you can do is you go to a DEX like Uniswap or something else, which I'll mention in a second here, and you can simply connect your wallet and then trade freely without any people gathering your information, all sorts of stuff like that, and reporting that to the government. So Uniswap was built on the Ethereum blockchain, right? There's a lot of liquidity on ETH, billions and billions of dollars, which allows a whole lot of users to trade freely at any point of time, right? Again, you don't have to go to a centralized exchange. You can go to a DEX. And who, would use it? Let's say if you're a teenager, you're not 18 or 19 or the legal age in your country, and you can't really use a centralized exchange, and you don't want to ask your parents to kind of help you out. Well, you can use a decentralized exchange like Uniswap to go and do the exact same trade. You can still make it happen, right? Now, so that was number 6, Uniswap. Number 7, it's going to be Jupiter. So Jupiter is the DEX on the Solana chain. Now, why did I choose this? Well, if you guys actually pay attention to the market, you'll notice that it seems like most of the liquidity is in Jupiter, on Solana and ETH. A lot of projects that are coming on these specific 2 chains, for whatever reason, if they do well, they do really, really well into the billions, because there's a lot of liquidity on these chains, right? Ethereum has a lot of liquidity. Solana has a lot of liquidity. We're talking billions here, right? So Jupiter, the DEX of Solana, it's definitely going to be a big one. If you believe in Solana, you should believe in Jupiter, because that's their DEX, right? So that was number 7. Number 8, we're going to go for PancakeSwap. You guys are probably familiar with that. It came around the 2020 or 2021. I got into it very early. It was built on Binance Smart Chain. It is essentially created as a decentralized exchange for the Binance Smart Chain, in a way to kind of offset some of the stuff and bring more users to the BNB blockchain. Again, there is a whole lot of liquidity on PancakeSwap as well, and they're also available on multi-chains as well. So it's a very useful tool that you can use to your advantage. So these 3 DEXs, specifically Uniswap, Jupiter, and PancakeSwap, are your go-to decentralized exchanges. Remember that, it's going to take you a very long way. Now, number 9, and these are new coins that came out in 2025, and you guys are probably aware of them. So number 9, it's going to be Hyperliquid. Now, why Hyperliquid, Danny? Well, you guys know that we're always looking for ways to kind of move away from centralization and more into decentralization. Well, how can we do it? So, we achieved this with the decentralized exchange, right? You can trade crypto from one coin to another by using the DEX. Well, let's say you're a trader, right? You're a day trader. You enjoy longing and sometimes shorting certain cryptos, but you don't want to necessarily use a centralized exchange. That's all right. Well, nowadays, there is 2 projects that are focused specifically on that. They want to help you, traders, to make more money by creating platforms specifically designed for people like you. Now, personally, I'm not a trader. I believe in buying long-term and simply holding. It's as simple as that. You can also stake it and earn dividends on your assets. So that's how I do. I don't really trade. I'm not a trader. It takes a lot to learn, and then you can also lose a whole lot of money as well. But yeah, Hyperliquid. futures, if you want to use futures, Hyperliquid. Now, that was number 9. So you guys can pretty much guess what is going to be number 10. And that is going to be Aster. You guys probably know about that. It came out 2025. It's a project that it is backed and supported by CZ Binance, the founder of Binance. That's a notable mention. And speaking of notable mention, I do have one coin that, even though it deserves to be on the list, I didn't put it on the list, but it deserves to be an honorable mention. I'm probably gonna get some hate for that, or some love, but it's XRP. And why XRP? If you guys have been in the market for a while, you know that XRP, they have these odd moments where it just kind of jumps up a lot. It's kind of strange. It has like really big green candles, and then it just stays stagnant for, it feels like almost forever. But why XRP, right? So the 10 are gone. This is +1. Remember I said 10 coins +1 honorable mention. The reason why I chose XRP for the honorable mention is because you guys are probably familiar with the company called BlackRock. BlackRock is being led by Larry Fink, right? In an interview, and you guys know that Larry is a big supporter of Bitcoin, even though initially, he was against it, but naturally, they're in it, right? But they asked him about, hey, Larry, what do you think on XRP? And he's like, well, I can't talk about it. I can't give too many details. So clearly, if one especially a man like Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, if he doesn't want to talk about XRP, that means he knows something that we don't, right? Initially about Bitcoin, and even Jamie from JP Morgan, they say, oh, don't get into Bitcoin, it's all nonsense, scam. And these guys are pouring billions into Bitcoin right now, right? So when they say about XRP, oh, I can't talk about it, there's definitely something behind the scenes that we're just not really aware of it, right? There is definitely something happening that we don't know. Hi guys, actually a beautiful day today. It's very nice and sunny. But yeah, let's just recap all of the coins and then kind of talk a little bit about them. But yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Tron, Jupiter, Pancake, Uniswap, Aster, Hyperliquid, XRP. These are phenomenal coins, guys. I mean, if you look at their projects and really what they're doing, and again, I'm not saying that you should invest in any of these. By the way, it's not a financial advice. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think is, if it's a good list, if it's a bad list. Do you agree with this list? You don't? Are you investing into any of these coins? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to know. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, these projects, again, a lot of them have massive user case, right? If you don't have users, if no one is using your platform, it's not going to grow, it's not going to do well. If there's no adoption, it's most likely not going to do well. It's not going to succeed, most likely going to go down along with your money. So you want to see which chains are active, which chains are constantly receiving, getting new projects, which chains are developers attracted to. And in this case, you're seeing a lot of, the ones that I've mentioned, Ethereum, Solana, BNB. These chains are getting a lot of developers attracted to because there's a whole lot of liquidity and there's a whole lot of users, right? And this is what you need. Now, the deck says, again, regardless of where you are around the world, if you don't want to use a centralized exchange, and this is that, if you guys know about the antivirus called McAfee, or McAfee, or whatever you want to call it. So John McAfee, the guy who essentially created the software, the antivirus, One time there's a video on YouTube that you can watch. He was talking about, the future of crypto, and then he was talking that eventually, at some point in the future, we're going to have some sort of a decentralized exchange, some sort of a decentralized way of trading, right? And this is what a decentralized exchange is. It does that. You're able to trade whatever crypto you want, if it's available, and there is liquidity, a different coin, without any middleman, right? He spoke about it years back, and now it's live. It's been live years back, actually. But then again, how can you take it a step further, right? Because again, in crypto, we want innovation, we want new things to come out, cool things to come out. So what you can do? Well, and again, I spoke a lot about it. Futures trading, right? Again, some people like to use the bank's money, for example, to your advantage, right? If you can use someone else's money and potentially earn more if you really know what you're doing, you have these amazing platforms that you can use. Now, let's say, oh, Danny, I'm only 14 years old, or I'm 16 years old. I'm not legal to use this platform. Well, that's okay, but you still want to trade, right? Yeah. Use Aster or Hyperliquid. These two projects were literally created for day traders like you, right? So yeah, guys, let me know. I think that's top 10 coins, and I said 5, but top 10 coins plus one honorable mention. It's a good list. This list, I would say that for 2025 and 2026, it's definitely going to be a good list. And again, most of these coins, the layer 1 blockchains, they kind of stood the test of time. I mean, you look at Ethereum, you look at Solana, you look at BNB, you look at Tron, and ETH, obviously, they stood the test of time, right? One thing in crypto we like to see is during bear markets, a lot of companies, a lot of projects, they just get annihilated because the market goes down, there's not a whole lot of money, community sentiment is not there, so it's going to go down, right? So 2025, 2026, I believe these are solid projects. If you want to add it to your portfolio, it's up to you. I'm sure some people already have that in their portfolio because these are, they're really good coins. And again, always do your research, guys. Don't just believe some guy on YouTube. Make sure you do your own research. And again, if you don't really know what you're investing in, don't put your money, man. How can you put your money in something you don't understand? Think about it. It's very simple. So always do your research, understanding into what you're investing. And in the case of a decentralized exchange, it's a very simple thing. You don't have to think too much here. You're investing in a decentralized exchange, the future of it, right? Anyway, guys, this video been going on for over 18 minutes. Just wanted to make a top 10 cryptocurrency plus one honorable mention for you guys. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree with the list, if you don't. And let me know what coins are you investing in, because so much stuff is coming out in crypto nowadays that everyone is looking for the next big hot thing. So let me know what you guys are investing into. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep investing, and I'll see you in the next one.